What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Toshi today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 23rd day of September today, and here we are at about 0.000822. It's looking like we have found the low, my friends. I think that we have found the low for Toshi. That was it. That was it. And could we go lower? Sure. If we go lower, are we screwed? Absolutely. No, it's fine if we go lower. It doesn't matter. We're okay. If we look at this from a high to a low here, I'm going to take this high to low, and then we're going to take the low to high. We could go down to 30676. We could go down there and be fine. Okay, we could go down there and be fine. I like where we are as far as support goes now, though. If we're looking at this from a relative, I don't know. Do I take this low? Do I take this low? I don't know what to do, so I'm going to take this low to high, right at the golden ratio. Perfect. Double tipped, double bottom, perfect reaction, bullish engulfing candle. Love to see it. Up 10% today in what really is a sea of kind of uncertainty in the crypto markets. Now, does this mean that you're on a skyrocket moon mission right now and that the coming days are going to be exactly what you saw back here? Maybe. Maybe it does. Maybe this is just a little bit of a reprieve from yesterday's bearishness. Bitcoin, other cryptos continue to drop. You go down with them, but because you've pumped, you won't see lower lows, right? Something like that might be the case. It is possible, with how bullish that we started off this video already, it is still possible that there are lower lows to come, and it's okay if they happen. Do not be upset if we're calling for this to be the low and then it goes lower. I've never done that before. Every time I call for the low, it's perfect and it's right on the spot. But if this happens to be a first, of course, don't panic, right? That's a joke. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. That's why I'm saying it, okay? I want to look at what's it called? And Jimbo, I rate your wallet a 7. I want to look at Toshi here. Let's look at Toshi. Toshiba. Like Toshi and Shiba Inu, but together, Toshiba. It's the next big meme coin, probably. Let's see here. What are we doing on Toshi here? Toshi. Anything new this Wednesday, 12 p.m. Catch us live. Spaces, nice. Open sea, and nice. Nothing new. Nothing new. So no real reason why this is pumping. I mean, other than the fact that people are just bullish on this project, right? And I say no reason. There's a reason why it's pumping, but we don't have any like news-related articles giving us a reason why. I very much do believe that what the real reason why we're bouncing is because we've sold off a lot. We sold off a tremendous bit. From the high here to the low here, we dropped 38% overall. And now we're up. Now we're still down 28% from the high. Is it a good time to buy, C-Zar? I don't know. Would you, if you were looking to buy a shirt, you come back the next day and it's 30% off, would you want to buy it more? I mean, I think we're at a good price to buy, absolutely. Does it mean that it can't go lower? No, we could go lower. And we're going to look at the short-term stuff here to help determine that, okay? Looking at the 1-hour time frame. Quit messing around, C-Zar. Let's get to work. Volume's coming in. Love to see it. That's good volume, guys. That really is back-to-back good volume. Still lower highs. Still not really going anywhere technically, but let's see. Low to high. Yeah, maybe you come up to 3086 and then you come back down. I could see it happening. You know, maybe, and whenever I say come back down, does that mean that you go lower? No, you could just, you know, come back down here, find support there, come back down here, find support there, something like that. Come back down somewhere in between and find support at prior resistance. Is it the best time to buy? No, but you're still at the lower ends. Like if we look at this fib overall, you're still below the 382, which anytime you're below the 382, buying below the 236, if you have an established low, which it's very hard to know if you have an established low before you even get up to these areas, right? Typically, it's once you get to the golden ratio that you know that you have the low established. So you're rolling the dice. But if you snag it below the 236, that's optimal. You snag it below the 382, that's awesome. If you get below the 0.5, that's ideal, right? Anything above that, it's non-ideal, but it's still, as long as you assume that you're going to see new highs, it's still worth it, right? Still worth it. But are we in ideal areas to buy? I think so. Is it the most optimal, absolutely most maximum, squeezing this lemon for all the juice it has opportunity? No. But I do believe that we have a little bit lower to go before we go higher. That's really all I'm trying to say here. I'm getting distracted. Looking at the RSI, we are in the overbought zone, which is nice. The stochastics are getting overbought, which is also nice. And hey, the MACD is crossing above the 0. So all these things, you know, being overbought in itself is not bearish. You get overbought, and that's when the magic happens. You get overbought, that's typically when the magic happens. But I would assume that the majority of this move has probably already happened from the low to the high. Where's the high going to be? I don't know. I doubt we get to 201. I doubt we get above this high before pulling back to lows that were even lower than this hour here. But I don't think that we go below this low here. Stochastics are getting overbought near an area where you might cool off. MACD crossing above the zero. All of these to me suggest we have hours of growth to come. Maybe we do interact with these highs here or something just below these highs, but then we probably come back down. That's my thoughts here, okay? Again, looking at the golden ratio here, or the Fibonacci retracement, I should say, I'm sorry. It's very common when interacting with the 382 to find resistance here and pull back to the 236 for support. So you're at 00084 right now. You might go down to 308 once more before running higher, okay? It's also very common to wick a little bit above the 382 before coming back down. So just because we wick above it does not mean that we're home free. If, however, we go all the way to the 0.5, it is possible to bounce off the 382 and go higher, in which case I would more confidently buy here than buy here, but the difference is so insignificant it might not even be worth waiting, right? Like even from here down to the 236, the difference is so insignificant it might not even be worth waiting. If we do go up to the 0.5, it's somewhat common enough to go from the 0.5 to the 236, but typically that would imply, if we do run all the way up to the 0.5, that we will break through the golden ratio on the first attempt. So just understand that the higher up we move, wherever it is that we consolidate back to, the higher up we will move afterwards as well, okay? That's what I'm trying to get at here. Looking at where we are, as far as all these indicators go, I would think we continue to go. I think we do make our way up to 309, personally. I think we do. We look at the 4-hour time frame here. While we did cross below the zero, we're starting to cross back up. It's okay that we're a little bit below the zero, you guys. That's actually not a bad thing. This is actually a very bullish look if we can maintain it. If by the end of this day we're here or higher, if by the end of tomorrow we're here or higher, this could be a really good look on the MACD. Stochastics look bullish, and the RSI, where we expected you to find resistance, you did not. You broke through it. You rejected your oversold zone. Overall, you're in a very bullish posturing. Good looks across the board. Maybe I'm thinking too small. Maybe I'm thinking too nitpicky. I wouldn't be surprised in the least if we went up to 0.9 or 0.0009 and then came back down. But the amount of time that that's going to be is just like, who cares? It's not going to be significant at all. And then we're going to move up higher, probably rather immediately. I think it does depend on what Bitcoin does. It does depend on the rest of the market. It is possible that Bitcoin found its low. I'm not convinced. It is possible that some of the other top dogs have found their lows. I'm not completely convinced yet, but I am convinced that TOSHI, the top cat, has found its low. We look at this from a high here to a low there. I would think that we're on our way, you guys. We're on our way to 0.0013 and beyond, which from here would imply, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, that TOSHI gives us a 55 to 120% increase, maybe by the end of September, if not in early October. Certainly, we're going to continue to grow beyond that. Certainly, we will go to dramatically higher prices and beyond. But things are looking really good. This is nice. I thought we might go a little bit lower in yesterday's live stream. I was thinking that we might go a little bit lower. I can't remember. Did I say the low is in or not? I don't feel like I did, but maybe I did. Let me look at my last video. Actually, hold on. That's the benefit. I can just look at my title here. Let's see. What was I saying for TOSHI yesterday? Oh, did I not talk about TOSHI? I didn't. I talked about it in the live stream, but I didn't talk. Okay, no, I did. Okay, here we go. I said buy the dip. Okay, well that's good. That's not clear as to if the low is in, but at least I said buy the dip. Yeah, being up 10% is nice for anybody, especially in these terrible, volatile times. I very much believe that we have a lot of growth to go, you guys. We look at the daily time frame here again. Hold on. MACD looks great. Stochastics look great. We've got lower lows in the stochastics, higher lows in the price, hidden bullish divergence. The RSI also looks bullish as well. Thinking that we're going to go into the overbought zone. Overall, very bullish on the daily time frame. Man, this is fantastic. If we close here or higher, this is actually really fantastic, you guys. We look at the weekly time frame here. Bullish as well. You haven't even begun, right? We're at this point where we broke out of this range. We came all the way back down here right at the breakout point. It's like if you were at the very top of this, wouldn't you have wished that you bought right at the breakout? We're right here right now. We've got a lot of growth to come. And the thing is we're not going to stop here next time. We're going to go higher, and we're going to go to new all-time highs altogether. I want to pull up the MEXC chart just to show again where I think we're going to go. We'll use a couple different fibs for that. MEXC's got the, doesn't have the all-time history, but it's got more history than any other exchange as far as I know on TradingView. letting the old laptop load. It's very slow motion today. Sorry about that with the live stream yesterday too, guys. We got cut off early. It wasn't my intention, but this thing started to glitch, I guess. I don't know. High to low here, and then a high to low here as well. We're going to overlay these fibs. I know it's a lot of lines, but just where there's some commonality, that's the areas of significance. Okay, so there's a lot of significance here at about 0.0046. There's a lot of significance here at 0.0063. Okay, and we could wick a little bit above this area. I wouldn't be surprised at all if we wicked a little bit through this area here, right? Here's your golden ratio. You have the golden ratio extension here and the golden ratio retracement here. You wicked a little bit above it. Same idea here, same concept. If we were to wick a little bit above this zone here, that'd put us at 0.0069, 0.007, 007, 0069. Psychological resistance. As funny as it is, those numbers are like memes. They're mimetic in nature. It's something that people trade off of. It is. So we really could stop there. Could we go higher? Sure, but then the range is a little bit less fine-tuned. It's more like 1 cent to 1.5 cent. Inevitably, we'll get there. Inevitably, we'll move higher. I very much think that we have a lot higher to go. And I don't really have anything else that I want to say on that note. So hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. The weekly RSI, the weekly time frames and indicators look bullish as hell. They look very, very bullish, you guys. We're not going to be at these areas for long. Forgive me because in the beginning of the video, I feel like I had the attitude more of, yeah, it might come up, but wait for it to come back down. It'll be at a cheaper price. In my most honest opinion, screw that noise. If you're looking to get into TOSHI, maybe just do it now. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I'm not saying dump your family's life savings into it. Don't sell the farm for this. I mean, it might pay off handsomely. You never know. Just be prepared. You know, if we are here, we are at relative high points. We can see some volatility. We can come back down. If you buy here, it's not that you're guaranteed to be in the red, but just be accepting of the fact that you could be in the red, okay? We are at lower highs. We still have this area here. I wouldn't be terribly surprised at all if we came down to 308 or even a little bit below there. I wouldn't even be that surprised if we went below this low, but I am calling for this to be the low. I am calling for us to move back down somewhere around here, which actually correlates very well with this low. I didn't see that until just now. And then we'll move up higher going into the rest of this week, going into the rest of the month, and into the rest of the year. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. TOSHI found its low, you guys. Good job. Bravo. Take care. Bye.